everyone. It is Wednesday. How are you tonight? Tell me about your Wednesday. What are you all grateful for tonight? Tell me about it. What we want to know. I want to know how grateful you are tonight. That's what I want to know. I want to know what's happening in your world. What are you being grateful for tonight? Oops, that goes in the other file. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle, that means it's treat time. How are you tonight? Great to have you all here. Great to have you here. Hope all is well in Michigan. It is a hot day in the Northeast today. Hitting right around 90. I like that, Kelly. Leaving at 3. Boom. That's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, Kelly. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Tell me about it. How is everybody doing? What are you grateful for? You know, the warm weather brought out clothing shoppers today. Only 81. You know, I still like 70s with a breeze. An ocean breeze is even better. Not getting one of those in Massachusetts or Connecticut where I am, but hey, you know, I can dream. I can dream. You know, someday I can be like Kelly. I can dream. She gets the New Mexican sea breeze. I don't know what that is. It's probably a drink. Kelly has a sea breeze for a drink. That's all she needs. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? How are things in Illinois? I hope all is well with you. You guys know what it is. It's hump day. It's hump day, people. You are halfway through week 61, 62. You're halfway through week 61, 62. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're actually over the hump. Grateful for your cleaning lady. I hear that. I hear that. Send her on over, Vina. Send your cleaning lady on over. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. If you have any problems with Facebook, you can hop right on over to YouTube. Great to have you here, Jennifer. I got lots of stuff for you tomorrow, Jennifer. Sitting on my desk. Interviewing more people this week. We're going to pick up a little bit more. I got some stats for you that we were talking about last night. So I thought that I promised I would do, that I would have, and I actually do. I actually had enough time to get the stats that I said last night I would have for tonight. I know my peanut gallery will be proud of me. It is great to have you all here. Maybe that'll get me dessert tonight. I like cake. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how I start this program, how we start this program every night. Tonight, we're on page 136. 136. And this sort of really rolls with it. Good morning. No exact recipe for today. Gather all available ingredients and whip yourself up something delicious. I like it. I like it, people. That's sort of the way the day went too. We've had what would almost be like rolling blackouts. I've had intermittent power issues at all my locations today, where it was just going in and out. I don't know what's going on. I know I have one location offline right now that wasn't offline earlier, but is completely offline. That'll be a fun morning for them, booting back up computers and stuff like that. But hopefully they'll have power in the morning. Sandra got to come home early because the power went out. So, hey, you know, I said, call it a day. Call it a day. You know, here we are at day day 400 and something, nearing 430, somewhere like that. We're getting closer to it anyways, of this. And I really loved it. You know, we're nearing the point where there's going to be some in real person events, or you'll be able to have a real in-person meeting. And I have a lot of meetings, and I don't wear that as a badge of honor. It's just I'm involved in a lot of things. And I've said throughout this that she whiz, I mean, most of these meetings that I go to, they, there's lunch. If I go to a chamber board meeting, they have lunch for us, or they have these elaborate spreads or whatever. A meeting that normally is in person that I have tomorrow morning would normally have an incredibly elaborate spread. Calling it a breakfast meeting really does not do it justice. And during the pandemic, it's just a Zoom, which is kind of boring. And I have a meeting Friday and with this group, and they did something unique, something that I've said should happen during this for all these Zoom meetings and everything else. They sent me a coffee cup. They sent me a coffee cup today. They sent me coffee, and they sent me a biscotti for our Friday morning meeting. And I thought that was really cute. For that meeting. So I and they even apologize, and a little letter that apologizing that it didn't have all the logo and everything that they planned on. Supply chain issues. So last night I promised you I would look up what our average tenure is, because our average tenure, even though we've had some turnover and we have some younger people, is actually when you consider it's a retail job, okay, it would be classified by our friends at the Department of Labor as a retail job. Our current tenure is 5.25 years. Our average tenure. We have over 100 years of resale experience. That's the stat that I've always loved. Combined, we bring over 100 years of resale experience to serve you, our customers, our suppliers. We have over 100 years of resale experience. And that's pretty cool. So 5.25 years, and that's actually skewed low, partly because in the system that I was able to confirm everybody's dates, it goes back. I have a couple of people that go back before that, that I'd have to go digging to find their actual start date, because their start date in there is as of the start of that system, and they started before that. That is a great stat to use. Isn't that a great stat? I mean, both those stats. I mean, that our average team member is here over 5 years. Okay, that we're not just another job. Okay, that our that we bring to serve you over 100 years of resale experience. Okay, we are not a fly-by-night place. We give you over 100 years. But look at that, Kitty. You are doing good with two people totaling 29 years together. That is great. Okay, I mean, versus all the other people, versus themselves selling it on Facebook. Do you have over 29 years experience? Okay, do you have nearly 3 decades? Say it another way, Kitty. We have nearly 3 decades of experience serving the resale market. We are experts in our field. Okay? With nearly 3 decades of resale experience, okay, we know how to price your items correctly, to display them correctly, and get them sold properly. That is a great stat. Okay, that is great information. Okay, that is things your customers and consigners want to know. Oh, and this thing is overpriced. Well, it's not overpriced. Okay, it's not overpriced. It's priced right for the market. Okay, whereas you put it on Facebook Marketplace, it could be overpriced, it could be underpriced. We ensure that you get the right value for your items, and we turn items quickly. So that is a number to know, okay? Because it also reinforces, even when you're feeling like you're going through people, which sometimes you do, especially when you're working with a younger workforce. Okay, your overall numbers are still good with that. Okay, and because you're such a quality place, I had a talk with one of my team members today who has been with us. Hang on a second. Well, she's just almost a year. She's almost a year. She'll be a year next month. She started with us right after we reopened last year, and has been a great team member. We've really enjoyed her attitude, enjoyed her work ethic, and her sister is like, "How do I get a job there? Because I'm tired of hearing you tell me how wonderful this place is. I need some wonderful in my work life." And she's always talking so positively about it. And normally we shy away from related employees. Okay, we don't want to ruin their Thanksgiving, nor do we want to put us in a situation. And so I ask the tough questions. I ask about what's going to happen when she sucks and I fire her, or what's going to happen when she's so great that we promote her and she's now your boss. And, luckily in our situation, I have enough buildings that I can put related people in different places. So they don't have to be right on top of each other. But they talked about how they had worked together before in another job. And, and the one that works for us now can't stop talking about how this is probably the best job she's ever had. It is the best job she's ever had. We work hard, but we play hard. We work hard, but we play hard. And so I'm proud of those stats. I'm proud of those numbers. While we're talking employees, I thought I would also share, because as we're heading to warmer weather, we like to remind people of the dress code. And I thought Cassandra's reminder on company dress was important here today. Warm weather is here. As a reminder, we do allow capri or shorts to be worn, but must be knee length or longer. Tanks or sleeveless shirts are okay as long as they're not revealing. Keep in mind bending plus stretching is part of our job. No fashion flashes here. No fashion flashes here. Closed-toe shoes are to be worn at all times for your safety. Dropping even a hanger on an exposed toe can really hurt. Aprons, name tags, and any other identifiers for staff are still to be worn. Any questions, let us know. I thought that was, a great way of reminding people. And I thought, as we're headed into warmer weather, a lot of us are dealing with the same thing. I'm not saying anything that nobody else is dealing with. It's hot. You're going to have these hot days. And that is part of things right now. So just keep that in mind. What else I got going on today? What else do I... Thank you, Adele. I will let my peanut gallery know that. I thought it was well written. I did think it was well written. And it's an important message. You have fun with it, but the serious tone to it, it doesn't make sense sometimes. Well, we walk around and we're in a store, it's not like anything's going to hurt our toes. Well, even a hanger that falls the wrong way can really hurt your toe. It's experience. It's experience. Our quote from Simon tonight: work ethic is giving great effort to complete a task. Passion is giving great energy to progress an ideal. Work ethic is giving great effort to complete a task. Passion is giving great energy to progress an ideal. Oh, I thought I'd share this today too. You all know I'm a blood donor. I donate blood regularly. Granted, as long as they make it easy for me. And since they started doing Joy, how are you? Congratulations on the new store. We got to catch up, Joy. We got to catch up. It has been too long. We gotta catch up. We should really catch up when they open the border. I got to make a run for the border. But, it is great to have you here, Joy. I liked it. I donated blood a couple weeks ago. And, so I got an email that told me that my blood donation was sent to a New York regional hospital in New York to help a patient in need, after first ensuring that the local needs for blood donations were met. But then they gave me, you're with Sherry and Julie. It's a whole party. It's a viewing party. And I'm guessing there's cocktails there. Hey, ladies, it is great to have you tuning in. I hope all is well in Canada. And we do need to catch up. I miss you ladies a lot. And I still talk fondly of my trip to Vancouver, and something I have to do again. That's wishing martinis. I wish I had a martini. Actually, I had a table. I had martinis sent to my table last night when Cassandra and I were out. So the Red Cross is also now testing for COVID antibodies when you donate blood, and there are 3 different results that can happen. Well, we're all missing in person, Joy. We are all missing being in person. I can't stress that enough. We are all missing that. Desperately. And I look forward to the times when we can be. Connecticut opened up today. Today was, let me talk about that for a minute. Today was opening day in Connecticut. No masks, no restrictions, no party size restrictions, anything. So let's talk about that for just a little bit, since Joy brought up gathering. Getting out and about in Connecticut today, you saw most people still wearing masks, okay? In CVS, for example, so in CVS, where a mask is no longer required, in the pharmacy, about 80% of people were wearing masks, and all the staff were wearing masks. Step into Costco, and only about half the staff was wearing masks, and about 70% of the customers. The real interesting thing was groups of people that were together. Some were and some weren't wearing masks. Husband, wife, that whole thing was an interesting dynamic. So, on average out right now, you're seeing about 3/4 of the people still wearing a mask. I expect that to drop dramatically in the next week or so in Connecticut, but I will keep you updated. Massachusetts drops their mandates on the 29th, so I will keep you updated on how that all is. Where will 2022 be held? I have no idea. We should auction that off, Joy. We should auction that off. Maybe we should have a Canadian conference too. I don't know. I don't get to, you act like I get to decide any of this stuff. I'm just the pretty face, Joy. I am just the pretty face. A face only a mother could love. Okay? A face only a mother could love. I have the illusion of power. The illusion of power. The loudest voice in the room, none of the power. The loudest voice in the room, but none of the power. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Great to have you here tonight, Michelle. We were about to sing "Oh Canada." Oh Canada. That's about as far as I get in it. Oh Canada. I know that part. That's all I know, Joy and Sherry and Julie. That's all I know. I would sing more, but that's all I know. I think we're going to see a lot of similar things. Florida. Hey, I am just game to get together with people. Hey, Pat and the Peanut Gallery are here too. Great to have you all here. Well, Florida is like the opposite direction of Vancouver, where Joy and Sherry and Julie are. Joy, Sherry, and Joy bought me at auction several years ago now. It's been many years since I've been to Vancouver. I forget when I went to Vancouver, how many years it has been since I've been to Vancouver. But I didn't know where I was going really when they bought me. They bought me at auction. They were all so excited. They bought a day with me at auction. It took me a day just to fly out there. It took me all day just to fly out there. I didn't know where the heck I was going. It has been too long. It has been way too long. I am with you, Kitty. I don't care where we go. We could go to Rochester, Illinois. Michelle is going to purchase me next. I'll have women fighting over me again. Hey, I have enough of that with my peanut gallery. They're all fighting. No, they would pack me and send me away in a second. They would pack me and send me away in a second every time. But Air Canada always gets me lost. Every time I have to go to Canada, I get lost. They lose me somewhere. It is the problem. And it's not as easy to drive to Vancouver. I can do Toronto. I can do, parts of Canada. I can do in the car pretty easily. But doing Vancouver, that was a haul. It was an unbelievable experience. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you go for longer than I did. Oh, Kelly, it is beautiful, and the ladies of Turnabout are the hostesses with the mostesses. It's amazing there. It's an absolutely amazing city. I'm told it's even nice during the good season. I was not there during the nice weather, but hey, I'm told it's beautiful. Green chili. Hey, I like green chili. I had green chili on something in Colorado. It was part of my breakfast in Colorado when I was in Steamboat. Yeah, it is. Vancouver is a beautiful city. Incredible taxes, but that's most of Canada. But I digress. See, you ladies got me all off topic tonight, like you usually do. You Vancouver ladies are good at getting me off topic. Oh, I was explaining the different type of, because I found this very interesting. Well, you'd think Kelly would send us a green chili recipe for the recipe of the week. And you think the Canadian ladies would send us something, a true Canadian recipe for the recipe of the week. Oh, Joy, I love you, ladies. Send us a recipe of the week. We need a good Canadian recipe for our Resale Strong cookbook. So email it to me. So there are a couple different results. If you have your blood work done by the Red Cross, if you donate blood, they will tell you about the antibodies. A reactive test means that you were reactive for COVID-19 antibodies, that you received the vaccine and did not have a COVID infection. So that is a reactive test result, that you have received the vaccine and never had a COVID infection confirmed. A positive test result indicates the detection of antibodies for the virus that causes COVID-19, that you were likely exposed to the virus regardless of whether you received symptoms or received the vaccine. A negative test result says that you had not developed the antibodies, have not gotten a good COVID vaccine, or the antibodies are present at low levels. So I thought that was interesting. Moose stew. Yeah, send us a recipe for moose stew. We'd include that as a recipe of the week. That sounds Canadian. That sounds Canadian. I'm not sure it's kosher, but it sounds Canadian. I'm down with that. The Mounties Moose Stew. Oh my God, this show tonight has gotten off the rails. The nice thing is I have the next couple days written now because I like this quote. So this quote I got from the Stanford Graduate School of Business. Leaders with a sense of humor. Any sense of humor. Not even a good sense of humor. That's me. That's me. I don't have a good sense of humor. Are 27% more motivating and inspiring. You hear that? Peanut Gallery, I am more motivating and inspiring because of my sense of humor. Leaders with a sense of humor, any sense at all, not even a good sense, are 27% more motivating and inspiring. Well, I expect some recipes from my Canadian friends, and I expect a recipe in my inbox from Kelly, you know? Excuse me here. I gotta swallow some ice there. Okay. Here's some interesting information. The small business, the narrative in the news has been low wage jobs are where all the job losses still are. And those are the jobs that aren't coming back quickly because people don't want to return to a low wage job. And I got this report on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Okay, the state's largest insurance company is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Disclaimer, we are insured by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Has lost over 80,000 members as the COVID effects linger. Those 80,000 members aren't your lowest wage workers. While we provide insurance to our retail workers through Blue Cross, most retail workers do not have insurance through their work. And so the whole idea that those are higher paying jobs, those are jobs that left the area that are not coming back. And that is year over year that they're down 80,000 people in the last year. So they're dropping membership, and they're claiming higher costs as they spent more than $300 million on diagnostic testing and treatment, and could spend another $650 million in 2021 on testing, treatment, and vaccine campaigns. That means that my insurance costs are going up. But somehow they still made $23 million in the first quarter. So, but I found that very interesting. You know, the media wants to tell the story that it's low-wage jobs, but who are those 80,000 people? That is an 80,000 low-wage people that were insured on Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's a premium. Their plans, even their low plans, are better plans. And with the plan that we offer for our employees, I always say, yeah, it's a more expensive plan. It's a better plan because we cost share with the employees. We contribute, they contribute. But I always say to them, I want to have a plan for you that I would have for myself. I'm not the guy that's having a Cadillac plan for myself and a cheesy plan just so you can say you have insurance. You're starting to have announcements of companies that are going to mandate the vaccine, mandate their staffs get vaccinated. And the biggest thus far is Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines is mandating All new employees must be vaccinated. To get a job with Delta, you must be vaccinated, and they are pushing their current employees to get vaccinated as well. And the Broadway production of Hamilton is requiring all employees throughout the production, wherever you are in that production, behind the scenes, in the orchestra pit, on stage, wherever you are, you will be vaccinated or you will not work on Broadway. And this is more and more are joining, or certainly watching. Like United Airlines is basically watching the pushback that Delta's getting, and to see what happens. So there is a lot of watching going on with that. Again, more retailers are dropping mask requirements. CVS has joined Walmart, Target, Starbucks, Costco, Publix, and Trader Joe's, and no longer requiring customers to wear a mask unless mandated by local or state ordinances. Do I have Cassandra's new sign? We've already made, I'll show tomorrow our new sign. Any ideas to motivate staff? Yeah, firecrackers. It's a hard year, Joy. It's been a hard year with losses for many, okay, in the last year. I mean, the expenses, as you know, the expenses of running a business didn't go away. And all the expenses increased while sales decreased. And you had prolonged shutdowns in Canada as well. So I think there's an understanding there. But I also think you have a very competitive and staff that wants to hit and reach goals. So I think, finding ways to do that, allowing maybe something fun. Maybe somebody gets to go work with David on Vancouver Island. I don't know. It's not Vancouver Island, is it? What is it called? The island that David's on. At that store, you get to win a prize to go cover that store for a little bit. Cover David's vacation. I don't know. It doesn't have to be big incentives. You just have to remind people why you're a team, okay, that you are in this together, what you're doing to get the business to the other side as you take on steep losses, okay, and how that's affected everybody, but how everybody still is employed with you, that they're still part of your family. I got it right. I got something right. How about that? I think I even got it right. It's David too, right? For how terrible I am with names, I'm batting 1,000 here tonight. I'm doing good. But your team, you want to refocus on the team and the efforts that they can accomplish together. So I would probably work on goals surrounding how the team achieves, grows sales back. Okay, how the team grows things back as a percentage and everything else to grow things back. And, Cassandra, the better half here, Fun Friday promo, trivia test, bragging rights, small prizes, dress code, promo, team dress costume, pins or recognition. Yeah, people like the small stuff. It does not have to be big. It does not have to be big. I mean, a self-care wellness hour. That's true. A self-care wellness hour goes a long way. Rebecca gets that in her job and really enjoys that, and that means a lot. The self-care wellness hour does mean a lot, getting that, because it's time to take a mental break. People haven't had the opportunity for a mental break. For all that we've had going on in our companies, they've had things going on at home as they played teacher, lunch lady, cook, mom, dog walker, all all these different roles. Well, I would argue that build the pieces, Joy, that'll build the company. Get them competing against each other a little bit. Get them competing against themselves, and then ultimately each other. But the self-care hour really does a number. Rebecca gets that from her company. Her company is a Danish company that she works for, and they do that. Every week she gets an hour. You know, the company assigns when the hour is, but she gets an hour that she's not supposed, that she gets a paid hour where she is mentally free from her home life and from her work life. So it is a important time to her every week. Time is more important than anything to most people. So I can't say enough about it. So that is good stuff, Joy. That is good stuff. You know, invite us to your meetings anytime. I'm there for you. You know, we'll Zoom a meeting. I always love getting together with you ladies. You know, whether it's in Vancouver, it's in New York City, or wherever we've met, I've always enjoyed getting together with you ladies. Our friends at the National Retail Federation and the Retail Industry Leaders Association has sent a letter off to the National Governors Association, which is currently chaired by Andrew Cuomo, and the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and asking for, what's the ask? It's about the mask guidelines and and asking to not complicate it with state and local orders that are substantially complicating the situation. They say that for more than a year, the retail industry has worked exceptionally hard to safely provide American families with the goods and services they need and want. Through proactive initiatives, the industry has kept supply lines running and the economy open while keeping customers and their associates safe. Retailers have been among the most vocal proponents of mask wearing, maintaining employee and customer face covering policies consistent with and often exceeding those required by state and local orders, knowing the risk of confrontations with those who refuse to wear masks. Retailers have delivered de-escalation training to teach employees how to manage conflicts with customers and between customers, while also hiring third-party security guards to interact with customers who refuse to wear a face covering. Retail employees, and this is the big ask, should not be asked to serve as de facto law enforcement related to masks for vaccinated versus non-vaccinated customers. As state and local officials consider the evolving federal guidance on masks, we urge thoughtful consideration related to the practicality of state and local orders. Our recommendation is to permit state and local orders to track CDC guidance closely, allowing retailers to make national policy decisions that reflect the most current scientific advice. If localities choose to keep mask requirements in place for unvaccinated Americans, administration of these requirements must not be placed on retail employees. The Retail Industry Leaders Association and the National Retail Federation appreciate your consideration of this request. They're pushing on them. And that's a good thing. The National Retail Federation also submitted a letter to the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, OIRA, arguing the issuance of an OSHA emergency temporary standard is even more untenable now after the announcement of the CDC's May 13th guidance. The draft emergency temporary standard is still under review over 3 weeks after OSHA submitted the confidential draft. the call that we had with Dr. John Howard, he stated that OSHA and the CDC are in lockstep, and there would be no future OSHA action that runs counter to the May 13th guidance. Although I would love to actually see that in writing. He said it, but I would love to see it done, disposed of. And as things continue to improve, it should. As we've talked about before, the numbers are trending. It's not the end of the virus. The numbers are trending to a point where, for the pandemic, where the risk is similar to any other type of risk that you take on in a day, where you could come in contact with a car accident. The number of Americans that are in a car accident on a given day, where things happen. You're starting to get to those kinds of numbers, and that's what makes the reducing of restrictions and things doable. Goodbye, Joy. It was great to have you. But you know what you can do? This video and everything that I talk about, goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. narts.org/resalestrong is where you find all the files, all the things I talk about, and a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, you can ring the bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share the video with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We want to help everybody make it to the other side. Through your sharing, we're going to do that. I am here live in the Narts private Facebook group every night at more 8 than ish, live in the Narts private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, you just email me. Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. Don't forget to send me those recipes, Joy and Kelly, for the Resale Strong cookbook. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Joy should know somebody that knows Lin-Manuel Miranda and should be able to hook us up with Lin-Manuel. We want Lin-Manuel. Joy, you know somebody who knows him. I'm just saying. Tonight, if you're following along in the book, we're on page 136. Good morning. No exact recipe for today. Gather all available ingredients and whip yourself up something delicious. Our good night tonight is good night. You whipped up a great day out of all available ingredients. Feast on the leftovers, reminisce, enjoy where you have been. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again, a party with the Turnabout crew in Vancouver, or quite honestly, any place they are. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time for dessert.